Hello everybody, Clef5 here, bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, this time Game 3 of our fake best of 3 between Nerchio, the blue Zerg in the top right-hand corner, versus TSLPolt, the red Terran in the bottom left-hand corner. It looks like this is GSL Cloud Kingdom? No, this isn't Cloud Kingdom. What is this? What is this? Entombed Valley? Oh, is this one of the new maps? Oh, yeah, with the numbers on the things. Yeah, I haven't played any Season 7 maps yet. I'm going to be really embarrassed if this is not one of the Season 7 maps, actually. And is this a... I don't think this is a 4-player map. This has got to be a 2-player map. These are not bases. Yeah, I did read that memo from Blizzard, but I didn't really... I haven't played any Season 7 games yet, so... this may be... though it does look like it could be a GSL map. I don't know if Blizzard actually ends up putting those there. I just really was not paying attention. Whoops. Okay, so it looks like, hey, we're going to see a fast expand from Nerchio once again. And in the meantime, Polt probably gearing up to do his Mass Marine failed strategy again. So we'll see if Polt can actually pull himself out of this rut that he's in with just doing Mass Marines. And maybe Nerchio will be able to mop the floor with the guy who mopped the floor with everyone else in the 2011 GSL Super Tournament. That would be pretty interesting. And while this game is heating up, I'll just say, first of all, I have a number of other projects that aren't StarCraft related. I just started a podcast with a couple other guys. We just talk about nerd stuff, games, including StarCraft, of course, tech news, things like that. And it's, I mean, obviously we aren't like journalistic experts. Oh, what? No, I've seen this map before. This is not a new map. This has got to be Entombed Valley. Or something. Why can't I remember the name of this? It looks a lot like Cloud Kingdom. With this weird third base over here. I'm so bad at this. Looks like this Marine is just epically scouting around for that Overlord, and Nerchio probably anticipated it, which is maybe why he's sending the Overlord on this really wonky route out here. Polt desperate to find it too. I don't think he's gonna make it. So yeah, this podcast, and it's by non-pros for non-pros, I guess you could say. So we're just tech enthusiasts, casual guys talking about stuff that we love, and for that reason we think that there are going to be other people who would be interested in this podcast as well. So check us out. We're on nerdquake.net. We're also on Facebook if you just do a search for Nerdquake. Definitely check us out. We're at our 3rd episode already, so things are going well. We're still working on a few kinks in the show, but it's a lot of fun. And then another project I'm working on that I've plugged a couple times is, of course, my fitness blog, which I've been a little bit slow at recently, but I really want to pick that up again. It's fit-nerd.blogspot.com. So if you are a nerd looking to get in a little better shape, definitely check that out. Actually, speaking of getting in shape, and speaking of podcasts, in fact, I've been getting a lot more into listening to other people's podcasts. I really didn't do it that much until I had actually started sort of getting into the podcast. Hey, look at that! He's doing something other than Mass Marines. He's going for Hellions, whilst researching Stimpack. So eventually he'll be going for infantry, but at least for the time being, he's going for Hellions. And that third base going down, by the way, too. So, yeah, I've been getting into listening to other podcasts since starting this, and honestly, I don't know why I never got into it before. There's it's something that I can easily listen to while at work, and just keep my brain active in the background or whatever. But I've been listening to a podcast by this group of people called the Midwest Nerds, and they have a group on Fitocracy. I don't know if you know about that site, but it's sort of like a fitness tracking site. Zerglings versus Hellions, always a treat. So you get to enter in your workouts, and they have a lot of the staples. I mean, about 4 different probably more like 8 or 12 different types of push-ups. You get different points for, and basically any sort of fitness routine that you can think of, except for maybe the prepackaged routines like the Insanity and the P90X sort of things. Hey bro, haven't seen you on lately. Yeah, that's true. I haven't really been playing a whole lot, just commentating. I'll just tell him that. I think I spelled that wrong. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so it helps you log your workouts, and it's almost like a game in that you level up from getting a number of points. Uh-oh. So anyway, yeah, they give you points and you level up, and they have little quests which will be like, oh, do bench press 1.5 times your body weight or something like that. I don't actually do the bench press stuff, but it's an interesting website to help you sort of get enthusiastic about your workouts if that's sort of your thing. And so anyway, this Midwest Nerds group, they have a Fitocracy group, and they're running a little challenge, which lasts for another couple days. And so I've been really trying to do something, I guess you could say, to work out a bit more reliably. And by the way, I should probably mention what's going on. And wow, this is going to be major fail on my part because I didn't have the production tab open. But anyway, you have Roaches versus Marines and Hellions, which is always a treat, and not so great for the Terran player. The 2 direct counters to, well, I guess the direct counter to both Marines and Hellions are Roaches. And they are in abundance in Nerchio's army. Polt, well, he does have tanks coming out, but yikes. In the meantime, he's just getting slaughtered. I don't know how many tanks he actually has out, just a couple tanks so far. And that siege research is not done yet. And he's moving out! He's moving out. Oh, if Nerchio would only go for an attack at the jugular right now, Polt could be in a lot of trouble. And he may, in fact, be doing so. Oh, but the siege research is just about to finish. That could change things for Polt. Give him just a bit more security in the front. And, wow, look at this. Nerchio is just expanding all over the place. He knows he has massive map control right now. And Polt trying to get onto a third. And we've seen this. Basically, the gist of this series is that Polt has not been able to secure a third, and well, first of all, he's been expanding way too late, and second of all, it's like he doesn't care what Nerchio is producing. He sees, he basically just decides, I'm going to go Mass Marine, or I'm going to go Marine and Hellion, and I don't, who freaking cares if Nerchio is going to produce the direct counter to my units? I'm just going to do it because I've decided on this build for this game. And that's that. I'm just completely baffled at how Polt is possibly playing this poorly right now. And you saw it with all the banelings too. And basically Polt has gone nothing but infantry. And Nerchio just destroys with whatever he decides to produce, because Nerchio does what any StarCraft player should do: scout, see what your opponent's there's another base, see what your opponent's building, build the counter, A-move, basically. The only thing I've been a little bit disappointed in with Nerchio is his actual engagements. It doesn't look like he's really been coordinating his attacks properly. We'll see if that changes now. It looks like Polt's trying to block off that front and might be able to do it, and not a good... well, got a great fungal off there. But probably not the best to engage at this point into this third base. So... hey, check that out, sensor tower too. I like that. He actually has pretty good coverage there on the third as well as his second here. And let's just for giggles check that out. It looks like Polt actually has a superior army size, but when you take a look at the composition, I don't know if that will necessarily hold true. Now Polt has those tanks which will do great against infestors. And, well, roaches as well for that fact. But as you could see by the production tab, that Great Spire is just around the corner. And like I said before, last game, when you have sieged tanks with a light infantry army getting bombarded with those broodlings, you're going to get splashed to pieces. And that's just what's going to happen here. But wow, actually, Nerchio rather, catching Polt's army out of position here, and wow, just fungling these guys to pieces. Wow, and it looks, I mean, Polt's kind of trying to do a pincer attack, but it's just not quite working. And man, Nerchio ripping apart the mineral line of Polt's natural. That is not good. 9 Broodlords on the way. And, yeah, jeez. Even though he's not mining from hardly any of these bases, Nerchio just has... and it just helps with the creep spread, too. I mean, think about it. He only needs like a couple of creep tumors around here. He's got creep going everywhere. Looks like Polt's trying to move south, though, to try to take one of these expansions. Sieging actually a bit too far back. Maybe he's going to try to draw Polt's troops back into siege range. But... I guess it's an okay position. And now the Broodlords are moving in, and they're in pretty good position. Polt actually doing the right thing on sieging there in decent time. And, well, it's still not looking too great for Polt, actually. And, yeah, you can see that the army size tables have turned here. Nerchio really looking scary with tons of Broodlords, tons of Corruptors to support those Broodlords, and Zerglings moving everywhere. And those Zerglings, I want to check the upgrades. 2-1 on those upgrades, with looks like level 3, level 2 and 3 coming respectively. Lots of Infestors too. I don't see Infestors being super great against this army, except I guess they do. With the fungal comes the lockdown, and I guess there's a small advantage to that. But otherwise, I don't see the Infestors being of much additional benefit to this. Oh, there are Thor out. So again, maybe if he is able to utilize Neural Parasite, he still hasn't researched that. I guess Nerchio doesn't really like that. And yikes, a not very great engagement from Polt, allowing these siege tanks to get kind of far out of position. And is Nerchio just gonna push in here? Probably. could fare pretty well if he tried. No, gonna pull back and continue to buff his army. Just look at the bank. Look at the bank of Nerchio right now. And wow, Polt actually trying to move up in against Nerchio here, which is not a great idea. Also trying to fight uphill, and as you can see, that's not working out so well for him, and Polt's forced to pull back. And man, all of these units are red, with the exception of a couple of the Thor here. And now just completely susceptible to some Neural Parasite. I really want to see some Neural. Are there still... Yeah, there's still Infestors in here. Still no Neural, not even being researched. Ultra Cavern coming down the pipe too, so we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. And I don't think Polt's ready for that at all. Really, I think the big counter for Ultra is those Marauder, huge Marauder count. But for someone who is allegedly called Marauder King or whatever, oh, Infestors, look out! And it looks like these Infestors are actually out of energy. But man, look at all these Marines, so weak. And Nerchio, again, bad engagement, and letting so many of those Infestors actually just get taken down. And are the Broodlords gone too? And check that out, Nerchio actually nabs one of... Polt nabs one of Nerchio's expansions. But not before Nerchio is able to run in here with a batch of Zerglings and disrupt the mining once again from one of Polt's bases. So I guess sort of an eye for an eye, I guess. I don't think he's going to be able to take down the expansion here. But hey, actually burrowing a few of these Zerglings here. Clever little move, making Polt think that he's taking care of it. And you're gonna pop those up again, and oh no! Trapping some of those SCVs in, that's kind of clever actually. Nerchio just continuing to expand at will, basically. Army size, again, coincidentally on par. Nerchio spending his bank pretty efficiently, but starved for gas, and that's probably what's hurting him the most, especially if he's going for all these Broodlords, which take so much gas, these Infestors, which take tons of gas, and he's not using the Infestors well, I don't think, in his engagements. So, I don't know. Looks like we're going to gear up for another engagement here, and Polt actually has a decent Viking count. It actually remains to be seen whether he might be able to take out the Corruptors here. Let's see, there are 8 Corruptors, and there are way more Vikings, Marines, Thor, all of which attack air. So Nerchio might actually be in a bit of trouble, which confuses me to say. Because if he can't protect these Broodlords, then he's in a lot of trouble. I think he knows he needs to produce a lot more Corruptors. And Polt looks like he might be trying again to gain a little bit of ground on Nerchio, but ooh, big engagement happening. Nice fungals on all those Hellions, or sorry, on all those Vikings. And it looks like the Vikings are taken care of, which is really, well, not quite all of them, but a lot of the Vikings are taken care of. And ooh, foolishly pursuing there, and Nerchio losing those precious Corruptors. He really needs to hang on to those Corruptors and not let them get out too far. Again, just a really sloppy engagement from Nerchio. And if Polt manages to come out ahead with this game, it's for no other reason than the fact that Nerchio just attacked really poorly. So, looks like this 12 o'clock base is going to go down again. Burrowed Zergling's going to prevent Polt from landing at this top left base. Sorry for the yawn. Wow, way to keep viewer retention at an all-time high. Huge engagement coming in. Vikings are once again fungled. And Corruptors might come out ahead. No, I don't think the Corruptors are going to come out ahead again on this. Huh. And again, without those Corruptors, these Vikings are going to mop the floor with these Broodlords. So, Nerchio, I think it's time to come up with another strategy here, or something. I mean, I don't know. Well, he still doesn't have Neural Parasite, which is troubling. He should probably... I still think he should be mind controlling those Thors. And this is also a good idea as well, just running in batches and batches of Zerglings just to disrupt the mining of Polt whenever he can. The income, roughly on par. But note how many more harvesters Polt has. Does he have a bunch of drones sitting somewhere not mining? Because I don't know if there's any good reason for him not to have a monstrous income in comparison. It's a little surprising, actually. Then again, Polt rather does have those mules that he's able to utilize as well, which really helps. And the thing that I find funny is that Nerchio continues to morph a lot of these into Broodlords when he needs to keep a bunch more as Corruptors. He has plenty of Broodlords. If you'll notice, he's never once had to really care about how many Broodlords. He's lost so few Broodlords, actually, and now letting them get hit by so many of these Vikings. Oh, this is just chaos right here. This is chaos. But it looks like the Corruptors have the upper hand. Might be able to take out these Vikings finally. Oh. And neither player has been able to really assert their air dominance. Oh, man. The Corruptors are here. They just can't finish the job. They need to take out these Vikings. And honestly, I don't know why he's spending so much time on this orbital command, because there's nothing mining there anymore. Vikings look to be pretty much gone now. Just a single... Yeah, all the Vikings are gone, and now Polt knows that it's over. So, that's it. He GG's. So, Polt, the guy who mopped the floor with everyone at the GSL Super Tournament in 2011, now getting mopped the floor with, in turn, by Nerchio. Surprising victory here. I guess you could, well, I'll let you decide if it's a surprising victory. Nerchio really sloppy all night with his engagements, and not really utilizing those infestors the way they probably should have been utilized, I feel anyway. But of course, you feel free to disagree. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Check out Nerdquake. Check out fit-nerd.blogspot.com, and stay tuned for my Fez Let's Play coming up starting tomorrow. Super excited for that game. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching, everyone.